What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy ATruckerNamedJay checking in, man. Wanted to do a video on talking about, I guess, the requirements and the application process for becoming a CDL instructor. Okay. Obviously, I'm no expert in this. This is new to me as well. But I'm just gonna share my experience, and hopefully through that experience, it can kind of give you some information as to what you can potentially do or what you'll potentially need to transition to becoming a CDL instructor, if that's something that you're looking to do, whether now in the future, or if that's just, maybe it's something you hadn't even thought of. Give you a little bit of background as to why I'm doing it. I recently had a lot of health complications, so much so to where I had to spend a week in the hospital, and was, in a sense, you could say, fighting for my life. I know that may sound like an over exaggeration, but it is the truth. I mean, had I not went to the hospital when I did, I may not be here in front of you now making this video. So what happens is that, because of that, it just made me think and realize that, man, you know what? I need to get up off that road, both regionally and as far as OTR. So I need to be home every day because I need to go 100% strong with my health. Period. You know what I'm saying? That was my decision. Nobody made that decision for me. If I wanted to go back on the road, I could have definitely done that, but I decided to come home. So luckily, I had a connection with someone who is the owner of a CDL school, and he offered me an opportunity to come there and be a CDL instructor. Now, it doesn't look like up front the money is going to be what I was accustomed to, but it's enough to pay the bills, which is more than enough for what I need right now. And the schedule is it's such an amazing schedule, that will give me so much time during the day to do anything that I need to do, on a regular basis. As truck drivers, it's hard to find that work-life balance, that most 9 to 5 positions have. And with me taking this CDL instructor position, it opens up that schedule that I need. So as far as requirements, I'm still not 100% sure about requirements. I guess it's on a case by case basis. I can just tell you what I have right now. I have about 3.5, about 3.25. I will have had my CDL for 4 years as of February 2020. This is now December. So in 2 months, I will have had my CDL for 4 years. Okay. So that gives you kind of some examples as far as experience goes. And I have training experience. When I was at Swift Transportation, I was in a mentor position for quite some time, both as a company and as a lease operator. I've trained multiple students. Altogether, I can't even put a number, maybe about, I know more than 10 students that I've had, from all different walks of life. So I have experience in close quarters with training students, driving the truck. I mean, heck, I'm talking about, you know, falling asleep in the truck and allowing my student to drive the truck long distances over 9 to 10 hours while I'm sleeping in the truck. That's the experience that I have. So I definitely feel that I'm more than capable in doing, becoming a CDL instructor, just because of just that alone. Honestly, I've been in the truck long enough to experience all type of elements: winter, spring, summer, fall. I've been through all different types of cities, big cities, small cities, mountains, metropolitan areas, downtown Brooklyn. I've been in all different types of situations. I've got a little bit of experience with hazmat. Not a lot, but a little bit. I also have a lot of mistakes that I've left out there on the road. And I think in trucking, mistakes teach you way more than any book can teach you. You're going to learn 10 times more from a mistake that you will from any, CDL booklet that they're going to give you in school. And that's so I feel like with that type of experience that I have what is needed to give students more than enough to give them an advantage going out and driving the truck for the first time. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe, and we're going to see. But anyways, enough about me. It sounded like I'm on an interview. That's the as far as requirements. I'm not sure. Those are what I have. As far as what you need for the application process, of course, you need to put in whatever application to however your application goes. I still need to figure out how my application is going to go because I don't know if I need to do a formal application or just get my resume. I'll find that out. I'm about to get ready to leave in about 10-15 minutes to go meet with the owner. But I did have to get some things. Of course, I had to have my CDL, of course. You do still have to maintain a DOT physical because you're going to be operating a truck because you're trained. So you do still need to have the Department of Transportation physical. So that's another reason why you got to stay on your health. You got to stay on top of it. You know what I'm saying? So any type of, situations you got to do while you was on the truck, you have to continue to do to maintain that DOT physical. So DOT physical, CDL, obviously. I had to get my full DMV transcript, which I have here. It's about 5 pages long. That I have printed out myself. Cost about $8, I think, online to get it in the state of Virginia. No biggie. And then I also had to get again fingerprints. Had to get my fingerprints. I went to the Newport News Police Department headquarters and paid. It's actually $10 for one, $5 for any additional. I got two just in case. I don't know. And that is a requirement for the CDL instructor position. I'm not sure why. I'll try to get that information when I go in and turn it into them. But I had to do fingerprints before when I got my TWIC card, so it was nothing new. But I did have to do it again. Like, they don't let you. It's most situations. I've had a situation before where they ask for fingerprints, and I'll be like, well, I got my TWIC card, and I can't remember what that was for, but they kind of just let that slide because they knew if he got his TWIC card, then he's done the fingerprints. But with this particular situation, I still had to do the fingerprints, which wasn't no big deal. You know what I'm saying? It was $10, and you down the road. So, and then like I said, fingerprints, your DMV record, your CDL, DOT physical, and then a resume, you know what I'm saying, as well. And that's pretty much it, man. It doesn't really seem like a complicated situation. It's just all about finding someone to give you a chance, and I really think that me being a mentor with Swift for as long as I did that definitely helped me out. So if it's something that you're possibly looking into down the line as far as getting out of the truck, try to be a mentor, try to be a trainer. You know what I'm saying? And see how you like that. It's a little different because, your student will be living with you in the truck versus as a CDL instructor. Obviously, it's not no situation like that. You're not going home with them. It's just, for a certain amount of hours and then you're done. However, that's going to be the best experience. That's going to be the best way to get that type of experience. There's really no other way that I can think of as while you're a truck driver and still trying to make money to support your family while you're getting your experience up to put yourself in that type of position. You just got to be a mentor. So if you're at a mega carrier or if you're at a company that trains, I would look into their training program and its requirements and trying to see what you can do to get yourself on that list. If you're not at a company that trains, well, then you may have a decision to make if this is something that you're looking to do down the line. You may need to look at moving to a company that does have training availability for experienced drivers so that you can start accruing that type of experience to help you along with your application down the line when you are trying to become a CDL instructor. So that's pretty much all I got. That's all the basics of What I recommend, if you want to do it, try to become a mentor, trainer, whatever it's called at your specific company. Try to become that and just start doing that, showing that you can do that. And of course, make sure you keep your record safe. Try to go above and beyond, because a lot of times they don't just want an average driver teaching. They want somebody who's more attentive to what they're doing. So just, be mindful, of course, of what you're doing and not getting any type of unnecessary violations and stuff like that. And if you can get you some safety awards or, stuff that just looks good on the resume. The thing about a CDL instructor that I feel is different from trucking jobs. A lot of times with trucking jobs, it's really not even an application process or an interview process, if you will. It's kind of just like, most trucking jobs, you're on the phone for 20 minutes and you got the job. Honestly, that's just how it works. That's trucking. Whether that's because of the shortage or whatever, not sure, but that's just how it is. But when you as I'm learning, as you transition out of the truck, and when you staying in the trucking industry, but you're transitioning out of the truck, it becomes back more of the formal office setting, if you will. So you kind of have to start going through the motions that you would before you got into trucking, with an interview and resume and presenting yourself the right way and, talking the right talk, versus as truck drivers, a lot of us we kind of get reckless with the way that we carry ourselves as truck drivers. And that just won't translate well back into the office if if that's what you choose to do. If you want to drive a truck for the rest of your life, be on the road away from your family, then this has nothing to do with you. But if you do want to come back and have some sort of a life with the family that you created and enjoy the things that you worked so hard for, just prepare for that, to transition back into that office type position, and office lifestyle. Dealing with the same people every day, the things that we dread as truck drivers, you have to prepare yourself to start doing when you come back into this realm. That's whether you're going to try to be a dispatcher, a broker, a CDL instructor, a diesel mechanic, whatever else you can become in the trucking industry outside of the truck. You got to just be prepared for that, but also know that all those positions have the potential, keyword, potential, to make more than being in the truck, driving the truck. Yes, potential. Not always guaranteed, but what the research I've been doing, a lot of these situations will pay just as much, if not more, potentially, than driving the truck. You know what I'm saying? So, which is another reason why they're not as easy to come around as a trucking job. You dig what I'm saying? So, but that's all I got. Again, as I learn more, I will continue to share my experience with you guys. I'm just blessed to be able to continue to contribute to the trucking industry I love so much, industry that changed my life, and the life of my family. So to still be able to maybe not be in the truck, but to be able to still participate, and also just to help the next generation of truckers, man. I think that's going to be really dope, helping people pass those exams and just teaching them things and just watching people fall in love with the truck. I'm really definitely looking forward to that, man. It was nothing. CDL school, being at CRST when I was there, was the greatest thing ever. I mean, it was miserable. It was cold. The wind was blowing. It was snowing, but it was still one of the greater experiences of my life, because for those 4 weeks, I met people and I did things that I never thought that I would be able to do. And that accomplishment feeling that you feel at the end when you finally pass that CDL exam and you get your commercial driver's license, there's not too many things in my life that I've experienced that were greater than that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe marrying my wife and my son being born. But besides that, that was probably the third greatest thing I've ever done in my life. And it's probably going to go down to fourth once I lose this weight. But, right now it's probably top 3 greatest things I've ever done in my life was getting my CDL. So I'm just looking forward to helping the next person experience that feeling that I loved so much. You know what I'm saying? So, but as always, man, stay safe, stay positive, stay productive. God Family Trucking. I will check you guys in the next video. And remember, take care of your health, and your health will take care of you, man. I'm gone.